Welcome to Where There's a Wheel, There's a Way. I'm your host, Jill Dudzinski, and today we chat with my friend Katie Lakin, who owns Shop Little Mango and also co-founded a local collective with me. We chat about her background, we chat about how a local collective came to be, family life, all the things. Let's take a look. Here we go. All right. Welcome to Where There's a Wheel, There's a Way.
Hi.
Hi. We have Katie Lakin here. And she owns Shop Little Mango, as well as the co-founder with me of a local collective. Yeah. So I'm so excited to chat today. I feel like we have so many lives together, and I want to talk about all of it. So I'm excited.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So do you want to talk a little bit about Little Mango and just give a landscape of Little Mango?
Yeah. So I opened Little Mango in June of 2016. At the time, it was just online, and I thought I would do some pop-ups. And then I decided to find a mobile concept. So I had found this group out of Nashville that was going to do a vintage camper. And so they were working on that for me. And then that's when I stumbled across hellorRuby's page.
Yes.
And I think one of the things that you and I talk about a lot is it was very lonely and it was very new. So finding you, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to reach out to this girl and see what, what she knows about this and where she's going to be doing like pop-ups and events and stuff. And so that's when I just slid right into your DMs.
Okay. Also, I was thinking about that and I was looking back at my hellorRuby truck Instagram and my personal Are You Jealous account. I could not find the DM. I'm like, was it DM?
Oh, really?
Because it's like an infamous DM that
it was. Now I want to look back.
I went back. So our first ones on the hellorRuby to Shop Little Mango was 2017 April. So it was like really close to when I launched.
Yeah.
But I think we met before that.
Oh yeah, we definitely did.
So I don't know.
Because I feel like you started talking about the truck and like what you were doing with the truck.
Yeah.
And I assumed it was on hellorRuby. And
I know. I don't know. That's funny,
we do.
Though.
We talk about that all the time.
I know. We're like little, infamous DM. I'm like, was it a DM? Maybe it was an email. Or was it a DM?
I don't know. Now I'm going to go back and look.
I know. Yeah. But I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, going back to Little Mango.
Yes.
So online pop-up, and I've been in and out of some stores around Omaha. We started as a baby and children's boutique because I had two young boys, and they're boys,
old
which
now.
They are super old, like 12 and 8, which is crazy.
Yeah. Because I met them when they were around. Leo was 2. Like I feel like he was 2.
I mean,
he was
2017, he was 1.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I also want to talk about.
There's so many.
There's so many. Okay, keep going.
But yeah, so I just could never find stuff for the boys, right? And I wanted cute clothes, I wanted fun clothes, and I knew I wanted to open a boutique. And so I realized that wasn't as oversaturated as women's, and it was a good opportunity. And so that's how I started Little Mango. Well, to be fair, then I've transitioned to adding some like women's and men's and stuff and whatnot. So over the years, but
the family,
that's how
family goods,
modern fam.
Love it.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about what you were doing before? So I know you had like the casino life working there, and you worked your way up doing that.
Yeah.
You were pretty high up too.
Yeah.
And then what made you switch? Because I know you also were doing some like mom blogging. So if you want to talk, well, you were like OG of your kind, I feel like.
Yeah, but it didn't go anywhere.
Who cares?
Yeah, so I after college, I think we were just talking about that actually. So before I was completely finished with college, I did an internship in New York. So I did marketing for the New York Knicks for about 6 months. So I lived out there.
Cool.
It was awesome. It was honestly like people ask me about it. They're like, small town girl from Nebraska. What did you think? And it was the best experience.
So cool.
One of the best of my life.
Have you talked to your kids about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say they probably would think that's so cool.
Cruz does. Leo's not as into like basketball and stuff as Cruz was. But yeah, so from there I moved back to Nebraska and applied at the casino to be a host. And I was like, at the time I was like, what is a casino host? Like I'm not going to work at a restaurant, and nothing against that, but I was looking for my forever job. And so
you had been to New York.
I know, right? And so I applied and started in the casino industry in 2004. And then by the time I left in 2016, I was the regional vice president of marketing. So I ran the 2 properties over in Council Bluffs, and I had a property in Kansas City, and my team was all in Las Vegas. And so talking about the transition, it was an amazing job. It was perfect when I didn't have kids. Yeah. But with all the travel that I had to do and a young, just cruise at the time, I was tired of missing everything,
Yeah.
you know? And so I'd always wanted to open a boutique. I wanted my own business. I wanted to do something different. And so once I was pregnant with Leo, I was like, this is my chance. And so I just had started working on Little Mango behind the scenes. And when he was born, I didn't go back.
Yeah. And I love the name too. So she previously was Katie Manganero.
Yeah.
And so Little Mango came from that. Her little mangoes, like her two boys, which I think is so cute.
Yeah. Yep.
And now you're remarried and it's Katie Lakin. So I feel like sometimes it's like,
yeah, but just it's the boys' last name, you know, because in my head sometimes I'm like, do I really, you know, I mean, it's my former married name.
Right.
It's kind of, you know,
for sure.
Interesting, but I just think it's the boys' name, and it is. It's what
so
I called,
cute.
you know, when Cruz was in my belly and we didn't know what he was.
Yeah.
He was just Little Mango.
Did you not find out what?
We did, but until we knew.
Until you knew. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I was like, that's like not like you. I feel like.
No, I definitely found out. Both.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, you talked about the mom blog, which again was very small. It wasn't anything like
Can we get
anyone
that
now.
out of the archives?
Oh gosh, you don't want to read it. We should.
We've got ChatGPT for that. We should do a series.
Oh my gosh, and share some of the posts. I don't even want to. But it's called Yellow Mango Life.
Yeah,
which is
so cute.
Mango was kind of everything in my life at the time, and so it was just a way for me to put things out there when I was pregnant with Cruz, and it was documenting that.
Yes.
You know, back then we do all the baby bump photos and all that stuff.
Creative outlet.
Yep. And then it was a way to just keep my family updated on what was going on. And then I started working with some very small, like brand-wise, but it allowed me, I met a lot of people, I feel like, through the internet, and it was fun.
Do you talk to anyone like for Little Mango now from that still, like brand reps?
Not as much
or
Little
anything?
Mango, but personally.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't really brand reps, but it's just some girls I had met through it that also had blogs at the time and stuff. And so we still keep in touch or, comment on each other's like pictures and whatnot on Instagram.
So what year was that?
I started that, Cruz was born in 2011. So,
around then.
It was about 2010.
And you were still at the casino.
Yep. It was just something I did at night.
Blogging
just
for fun. And then, okay, cool. Yeah. How was quitting the casino?
It was scary.
Yeah.
I think that,
I think she made a ton of money there.
Don't remind me. It was scary, right? Like I'd been in that world for 12 years and it's all I knew. And I knew nothing about owning my own business and starting my own business. And again, when I talk about reaching out to you, that's why I did. Yeah. Because it is lonely. And I think, interesting segue, that's why you and I kind of started a local collective is small business ownership is super lonely.
100%.
And so we wanted to create something where we could, get all the small businesses together to network, to collaborate and whatnot. And I think that that's so important because back when it was just, when it was just me and then when it was just you, like, you don't know what you're doing wrong. You don't know what you're doing.
And you're in your
right.
house alone doing things. And you're like, is this what we do? And you just Google it and you're reaching out to people, but for sure.
Yeah.
So you talk about a local collective, but we started so organically, I feel like through just pop-ups, really.
Absolutely.
Our first one was in 2018.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was at
So we
West
met
Road.
2017.
Yep.
And then
we just
did we do events together?
Yeah, remember College World Series?
College World Series was probably the first one.
Yeah,
That's when you were going through your divorce. Yeah, and I was like, oh, buckle in,
Jill's
baby.
been around for...
Buckle in, baby. This is...
For a lot. You were around for a lot.
But I also was like, I feel like so young. I was, how old was I?
Oh, yeah. And I was super jealous that you could just like work on your business.
Right.
And
Like, I got to get a sitter. And I'm like, oh my God, you got a sitter?
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, that's hard. Like... It's hard.
Now you know.
Yeah, now I know.
But it is.
But
we've been through a lot of different stages of life. You were, married, but no children.
No kids.
You had Ruby, which was like your child. Went through a lot with her. I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, and then seeing you like start your journey to like wanting to start, having kids. And I still remember Leo bringing you a pregnancy test. Do you remember that? Walking up to your house in a bag.
Oh my gosh, I do.
Did I have
coffin or I didn't have any kids?
No, you didn't have any.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I could pull the video out.
Oh my gosh.
Literally, do you remember
funny.
that?
Yeah, in a bag.
Because you had told me, you're like, I don't know if I'm pregnant. And so we went to the drugstore and Scooters and brought you a coffee and a pregnancy test.
That's so funny. That feels like a lifetime ago.
I know.
There's so many different aspects, like traveling together, Kansas City, but...
Those are some of my favorite memories.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So we would go to this holiday, what was it called? Holiday Boutique.
Yeah.
In Kansas City, and we would travel together, rent a U-Haul, split all costs, which was so nice because, and then help each other set up.
Well,
again,
and we stayed at your
nice.
In-laws.
Yes. My brother and sister-in-law.
At one point too. Yeah.
So fun. And those are fun memories.
But those
just
were
like
long.
with their kids. And then
Wednesday through Sunday. I mean, we were setting up Wednesday night, working the event like 12-hour days.
Yes.
Thursday
and
through
the first
Sunday.
day is so exciting.
Yes.
And then each day you're like, I'm dying. And then you're like, oh my God, what were my sales last year?
Yeah.
What were they now? Like,
am I doing better? Am I doing worse?
Right.
Yeah.
And then
It was
we're
a lot
like,
of fun.
why can't we do this in Omaha?
I know. And that's where we started Holiday Modern Market.
Yes.
So that was
so many fun
exciting.
things.
Yeah.
So, okay. So our first events was it the mall?
I think it was a
Or
mall,
was it
and then I think
warehouse sale?
Warehouse sale was that next January. I believe.
Really?
Yeah. So
okay.
2018.
So we did the mall pop-ups before they were.
Yes.
Well, no, it was probably on the tail end. They weren't cool.
So 2000. Yeah. Well, so the first one we rented out that old Bath and Body Works,
Which was nice.
Yeah,
Because it looked
we did
nice.
It for like,
they had nice shelving.
Yeah, for like 2 weeks, right? Didn't we have it for like 2 weeks over the holiday season?
Wax Buffalo.
Yeah.
Remember we
Ripley
had
and Rue.
Ripley and Rue. We had that. Did we have Anastasia Co? Question mark?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to ask Jill.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
No, we did.
We had
And
Little
who
Movements was there.
Who was that like metal guy?
Oh,
And he was like, yeah, I spend $500 a day on Etsy ads. And we were like, do you remember that?
yeah. His name is Dan.
Was it?
But I can't
wonder
think of
what
his
he's up
company.
to.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
that was
have
fun.
not kept in touch.
No,
with
we have not.
Sorry.
But then, and I think we started in January. Our boutique warehouse sale was the first one which thank God for Grace.
Which
Grace Newton.
Oh, yes. Shout out. What is she with? Loan Company?
Yes. Like she was so helpful. She found us that old Hallmark on 120th and
120th and Center.
Literally had people changing in between the card racks.
Literally. They were like, we can't. Because
we didn't have fitting room.
Oh, we didn't even have a fitting room. So it was like.
And the restroom, do you remember the restroom was in the back? No, in that creepy back room.
Oh
and it
my
was
gosh.
like gross.
And she's like, take whatever you want. And we're like, are there any fixtures we need? Do we need card fixtures from the 90s? No, we don't.
Yeah. But that was our first one. And I remember we're like, oh, this is
It was
so
actually
ghetto,
really
but
busy for our first one, too.
Awesome. It was awesome.
I feel like Central or like West Omaha, but Central, like.
So that's something Jill and I think we always
her
not fight
demographic
about.
is West.
Yeah, my
Mine
demographic is
not.
West Omaha. Yours is more Midtown, I would say. And that's why I feel like you do so good at like downtown
Exarban.
events.
I have the college crowd.
Yep.
I also feel like the transition from me to being a parent too has been hard because I feel like my ideal gal is like not in that stage. So I hate being like, oh, my kids, because it's just annoying because I used to think that was annoying.
Which is crazy. So you thought I was annoying.
No. When you have to get when you're like, I have to bring the boys, I'm like, I wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, just get a sitter or like give him to someone, And
now you know.
And now I'm like,
I mean, shoot, you were breastfeeding Noelle in the warehouse during our
Yes.
meetings.
Yes, I was. Which reminds me of our drunken happy hour about my nipples, but we won't talk about that here.
We need more of those.
Anywho.
Yeah.
So yeah, events with the local collective.
Yeah.
We were pretty unofficial for a while, just like inviting
Brands we
anyone.
knew. Yeah. And whoever would come out and like trust in us, I think.
Yeah.
And then I think what really kind of set us into motion with the local collective, like really pushing it forward, it was like 2020. Do you remember how we did those online markets?
That was your idea. I feel like
we had to transition, right? We couldn't do pop-ups.
no in person.
No one was going
so
in
it was
person.
like, let's use, we had our website, right?
Yep. And you had to do all that work on the back end to create pages for each shop.
Each one. That was annoying.
Yeah. But I feel like that really
it was a
kinda
lot of work.
Was in line with when we decided to become a little more serious with it. And like,
right. So then we would host these like weekends. I feel like the first one was in April, but it was like.
We planned it around tax day, I think.
Oh, we did. Yeah. We're so smart. That was probably your idea.
And then we did a holiday
Katie's got
one.
ideas.
No. Oh, you do too. We just have different ideas. We
yes.
are very like balance each other very well.
Yes.
And we're very
For sure.
different.
Yeah.
But.
And when she's having a meltdown, I am not. When I'm having a meltdown, she is
Thank
not.
God. Because if we were both having meltdowns.
Partnership to be in. It's like a marriage, really, honestly.
No, and we fought. We had our first fight.
Yes.
Last fall.
We
like our
did.
first legit fight in, when did we meet? 2017?
And what was it over? I keep forgetting.
Booze at the holiday event.
All right, City of Omaha. Do not listen to this.
We're not in Omaha.
Or whatever.
But so it was literally the stupidest thing, which I think is how like fights
There
happen.
had been frustrations leading up clearly of other
and we worked
stuff.
together literally every day on everything.
Oh, so we do share a warehouse. Oh,
yeah.
We did not mention that. We have a warehouse in Waterloo. One side is our online shipping, receiving, blah, blah, blah. The other side is cute most of the time, aesthetic. We rent it out.
Yep.
We work over there.
Host events over
So we
there,
do see each other quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then,
And then we were
Go
hosting a Christmas event. Like we were just doing a pop-up, right? Mm-hmm. It was like the one after Christmas.
Yeah.
And my friend Courtney does this like the cider, the spiked apple cider. And she does it for Halloween every year in our neighborhood. And I was like, let's do that. And Jill's like, we can't. And I'm like, no, yes, we can. If we're not selling it, it's fine.
And I said, yeah, if it's a closed group with not open to the public, it's fine.
And you're like, we're not doing it.
No, because we talked about mixing it there or having it pre-mixed. And I said, I don't just want a bottle of vodka on the counter.
And I did, because I wanted them to be able to mix different things.
Yes.
And I wanted it to be like non-alcoholic. So there was a non-alcoholic one if they want to just pour
I understand both sides. I truly do.
But anyway, it came to a head for
we
some
just
reason.
were like, yeah. And then
we didn't talk to each other for like an hour.
I don't even... An hour.
And Sherry was in the warehouse.
Yeah,
I felt bad for her because I had to be awkward for her. So yeah, it was came to a head, and I went into one side and you went to the other side. We didn't talk for an hour.
I can't remember how it blew up though. Where I was like, don't make me feel dumb.
I think you did.
Or something like that, because I felt in the moment dumb. See, we can talk about our feelings, so it's great.
Yeah, and then
you had to come. Also coming off of the week of the measurements being incorrect from Holiday Modern Market.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, which was not our fault, but it was our fault. But
I don't know who gives us a measuring tool and expects us to back into numbers.
Yeah, we need a number. We need an intern numbers gal or guy.
Actually, any interns out there, we need those.
We do.
But yeah, do you remember that? And then I just sat there and I'm like, I'm not going to apologize because I'm stubborn.
I am too.
Dave. And I sat there and I'm not going to apologize. But
I had to make lunch.
Jill had to come over into the warehouse side because the microwave was on that side. And
no one gets between me and my lunch.
You came in there and I was like, God, I got to say something. And I'm like, nope, I'm not going to. And then you like came out, I'm like, Jill, I'm sorry. And then we just like, it's fine. And yeah.
That's how it works, though. Better than a blow up and never speaking again when we have a business together and we're friends.
I know. But it was funny that it came to that was it.
Yes. But, we're also both, I feel like, ADHD round robin. And there was another point before this that I wanted to get to and I forgot.
Oh, well, ADHD. I think that you've always been that. And then I feel like is it contagious? Because I think I got it from you.
Because I don't feel like I used to be either.
Yeah.
It's owning a business that's so hard.
And then family and balancing, and that's the thing. It's just it's super hard, which you're understanding, right?
Yeah, it's very hard. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Denny was on before this though, and I talked about that, like just how I feel like when I first had my first kid, like I still want to do more. I want to be working, and I want. Yes. But then now I'm like, you realize how quick it goes, and your kids are only little for a certain amount of time, and then it's like, I can work more later.
Exactly.
Like I feel like my part-time balance is good right now.
Well, and that's the thing is like you just don't, that's why I transitioned to this role. I thought it'd give me so much time. Which that's one thing is people don't understand like how crazy and how hard and how busy like owning your own business is. And I don't think people give like small business owners enough credit because 100 it's tough. And it is
especially
a lot of
like the economy right now is so hard. You had a really good year. I didn't as much, but I also attribute that to my schedule as well.
Well, for sure. But it's a good year. But then you put so much money back into the business that it's sometimes hard to, you're just like, what is the right mix?
Right. And then with a local collective, we have meetings for that quite frequently.
And we need to, because we need to keep growing it. And we need to do it now that we have the membership, which is, I'm very proud of us. I feel like it's been great.
Yeah.
And I think we've got a really cool group of, what do we have? Like 100
It was 129, and I think we got a couple last night, so maybe like 131.
Yeah, maybe. So we have 129 members. I think that's pretty cool that in a year.
It is. A year.
We've grown it.
We wanted, how many did we want at first? 10?
Like
when we launched. So we worked with this guy named Ben that I know through someone, friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. And he helped us with our video and launching our, basically, subscription for our members. So that... Basically, the problem that we had with a local collective before we had our membership was everyone wanted into these events, and then
there just wasn't enough spots.
There were no spots, and we're like, well, how do we choose? We want to choose the ones that we have worked with, and we know their setup is so cute because
it's about aesthetic. Like,
aesthetic is important to us.
People want to shop cute, well put on events. And
yes, so then it was like, okay, well, Katie, I feel like you had always had the idea of like you would say, I want to go out of town and I want to have an app. And I want it to be, here are the local boutiques that are in town when you're out of town and you want to shop. Great. Such a good idea. How do we execute that? We have no freaking idea.
Yeah, we don't know anything about it now.
So then we're like, can we mesh what we have with a local collective events and then make a directory and then just
And I think we've done a good job of that. So, I think that we're excited. So in March, we're going to like press launch the shop directory, which is like all of the businesses in one spot. So if you want to shop local Nebraska businesses, you go to our website You can shop by like alphabetically.
Yep. By category. If you're like, oh, I need women's, I need an actual storefront to go try things
Party
on.
and decor, like all that. Yeah, and by storefront, so you can see which ones actually have a place where you can go in person and shop. And I'm excited about that. I mean, it's been there.
That section's dwindling a bit.
I know, it really, and that's
the
sad.
storefront.
Yeah,
I know,
and it is sad. I know, but I'm excited for that. Because I feel like we've had that directory and we're like fine tuning it, and it's been there. But now it's like, how do we continue to like push it and get more eyes on those businesses?
Yes,
it'll be good.
For sure. I'm really excited about that too.
Yeah, and you have. I mean, you're the website guru. You've got the stats on like. Didn't you even say with like hellorRuby how many like
a lot
views?
of my page visits from hellorRuby come from the local collective page.
Like that makes me so happy.
I know. It's great.
Cool.
And then we need to send that out to our members. It's like we haven't done that yet.
There's validation. Let's send this one.
Yeah, thank you for your membership.
Yeah. But then I think also in the membership is cool, and we need to make this more robust, but it's the group discounts. Like we want the members to have discounts around town. And I mean, we've partnered with Zen, Abby's great, Stir Coffee. Yeah. We've got like Candy Pop and
Elevate
Party.
If you're into working out. I think we have the cheapest rate for like
their memberships.
Workouts too.
Yep.
And Jenna, she's actually coming on next too. So we can talk about that.
Oh, that'll be perfect.
Yeah, we toured their facility. It was super fun. But the discounts is great. You can rent our space. I think our discount is like 25% off, which is nice.
Cheap anyway.
I know.
Speaking of renting our space.
That just reminds me though, I need to update the website because
price.
Because we just switched how to book our warehouse or our headquarters. So
see, look at this. Write it down.
Yeah, and like, wait, where's my pen? So out of both a local collective and Little Mango, what's your favorite aspect of both? Or each?
I don't know. Like, well, honestly, Little Mango for one. Like, I feel like if I look at my friend group, because I have a lot of friends that are acquaintances and stuff.
You're so
I have a
popular.
core group, obviously.
You're so pretty.
I mean? But you know what I mean? Like, just through my life, I've been fortunate to meet like cool people that don't suck, and I've had some.
I have a few names I can think of.
Let's keep that between us. But
that's on our Patreon. No, I'm just kidding.
But anyway, I think that I can attribute a lot of like my closer friends right now, like to Little Mango, and it's just crazy that
Tawny,
like Tawny and why am I blanking?
So many. She only has one friend, guys, Denny.
But you know what I mean? There's just like good people that I've met through it, and we shared similar, like we were at similar times in our lives with young kids who like to dress them cute, who that type of thing. And so I think that's really cool as like a community, and through Little Mango, just the small business owners that we've met. Like that's the fun part. Like I'm on threads with groups of small business owners locally, and we talk business or we talk just what's going on in our daily lives, And a local collective, I think for me, is just seeing that we took something that we never really knew was going to be anything, and I feel like we've made it something. And
I love that.
It's cool.
I agree.
And I think that
grassroots, if you will.
It is. It really is. And I think that we've been able to like grow it and add different like arms to it to, make it just more valuable to other people. And I think you and I don't give ourselves a lot of credit. Again, I'm not trying to pat ourselves on the back too much, but I'm just saying
100%. We're more so the opposite.
Yeah.
We're like, this isn't where we want it to be, but we're running another business.
Yeah.
This is our second business. Family.
And so I think that, we should step back and say, wow, we should be pretty happy with what we've grown. And I think it's good for everyone that's involved in it.
100. That's one thing I do miss. When we would be in Kansas City, it was like, well, we were there, and then we would go out after and like celebrate with a nice steak, a big dinner, glasses of wine. We get a little drunk.
I usually had more than you.
Yeah, why?
Because I can drink more.
I know. But at that time when I feel like I was like drinking to go out. And I'm like, I don't want 2 glasses of wine. Like I want to black out. And now I'm like, oh, I totally understand the like 2 or 3 drink thing.
And then you fall asleep and
for sure.
Can still operate the next day.
Yeah, exactly. But I do miss that.
I know. We need to do that. We just need to, like we've talked about, even what we're doing with like a local collective is instead of it just being about educational items or what we're doing for our members, like we need to do more with the networking and just the more organic networking. We're going to meet at this place, and if we talk business, we talk business. Right. If we talk kids, if we talk...
Which members? We have one February 29th, right?
At Pitch.
Yes. Leap Day. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Doesn't happen that often.
Yeah. And then we just got everything out for Modern Market too. So we have a few signature events. We have our warehouse sale that we do twice a year. We have Modern Market twice a year. And then we have Holiday Modern Market, which is over the holidays.
Yeah, which is exciting. We still need a venue for that.
We do. Yeah. We need to get on that.
And then I think that I'm excited with our second annual Omaha Places.
Yes.
Right? That was good.
Which
I think.
she Omaha Places kind of picks her favorite vendors.
Yep.
And
We're
we
just
just
involved
help.
in setting it up.
Yeah. Which is fun.
Cool. I think you were talking to Denny about that. You had quite the experience with the shoplifter.
Oh, my meth head.
With the
my alleged meth head.
Yeah, brass knuckles.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
He had
When I was
brass
18.
knuckles. No, he had
did?
brass knuckles.
Oh, do you remember my story when I was 18?
Oh my gosh, at the dry
cleaners. My dad still to this day is like, I remember coming to meet you after that had happened,
scary.
and you smelled like sweat. Like all I remember
my
is the smell of your
gosh.
sweat because I was like profusely
scared.
sweating.
Oh my God.
I'm like, lovely. But
Which maybe makes me realize why you're so anxious. You're very anxious, like with that kind of stuff. Like,
I wonder if that
You know
has
what I
to be
mean?
why.
because I feel like you're always like more anxious. I'm like, oh no, it's fine, and
Yeah.
until something bad happens,
Right.
And, you know,
Right. Knock on wood.
yeah.
Oh, fun.
trying to think of what else we got.
I know. I have so many notes here too. Oh, I wanted to talk about like past scandals we've weathered.
Oh gosh, which ones? A lot.
Well, there's some I feel like we can't really say.
No.
But you know what I was thinking of? The gal that was copying that big influencer.
Oh my god,
What happened to her?
I have no idea, but like that, which is interesting because like it
She
was
would like
to the
copy
T.
the exact
photo,
same things.
the
and
exact
it was,
pose.
that's another thing. It was
Kathleen Post.
Yes,
was
who I love. And I found because of that girl.
Yeah.
But I wonder what she's up to these
don't know.
days. Funny.
yeah, that is.
Okay, so the warehouse sale, we do that twice a year.
Yeah.
Modern Market twice a year, and then the one holiday Modern Market. What are you excited for this year for Modern Market, which is May 4th, by the way?
I think that we expanded last year, which was cool, right?
Yeah.
We shut down the road and we doubled the number of vendors, which I think is always cool.
Yes.
But I think, we're trying to curate it a little bit more and nothing against women's boutiques or kids' boutiques, but you need to have different things. And
Right.
so,
and I feel like most of our friends from the collective are all like women's boutiques.
Yep.
So that is
It's hard,
so
though.
hard.
Yeah,
like I
but
feel like
it's-
we've been back and forth. Like, do we need an application process and then
Yep.
it's so hard.
it is hard, and we want to do right
If anyone
by
has
everybody.
advice
and
on
we
that,
want-
let me know.
Well, we want everyone to be involved, but I think for Modern Market, you talk about Denny. I think Morgan, my Morgan just launched a business.
Yes.
Right. And so
Yep.
Morgan worked for me right at the beginning. She was my first
2018,
employee.
17?
Yeah. Probably 2017. And she worked events for me and worked, inventory and all that stuff. And now she works for my husband. She runs marketing for his company, Virtuactive. And she just launched on the side Shopped Patched, which is one of those cute like patch.
Oh my gosh,
hat
it's so
companies where you can
trendy
make
right
your
now,
own.
too.
Yeah,
So
and she's
cute.
going to launch at like her first pop-up will be at Modern Market. I think that's pretty cool.
That's like full circle.
Yeah, it is.
Grace Simpson, who used to work for me, texted me about her sister's bread company too.
Oh yeah, and that's another one. Yeah, and that'll be great too.
That just made me think of that.
Yeah, I love that too. Is seeing like everyone getting like creative and outside the box
Yes.
and doing different things.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It makes me happy
love
to
it.
see like people starting their own businesses.
Oh, I love it too.
yeah, it's just
I half love it, and then half I'm like, I want to be like, oh my gosh, but like, there's so many hard things that like. I know on my own business page I don't talk about as much, and I'm like, why? But there are so many hard things with business.
that is true. Like I think about that, like what you share on your business page, and honestly, sharing more of like the stuff that's hard is probably more beneficial than some of the other stuff.
We're
we
like,
share.
it was so great. Thank you for coming out to this event. And like, it was, but it's like,
was
I want to
hard.
be like, it was such freaking hard work
Yep.
to get this together.
Well, think about our last Modern Market. Like we have all the city stuff lined up.
I
we have
know.
everything, and then we
It's
didn't
like
have
we got bigger, and then now it's like, oh, the city's like,
Yeah. Oh, it is. And they're watching everything. We're like, tell us what we need
I'm
to
like,
do.
okay, it's January 1st. Here are all of our events.
Yes.
Please tell me exactly what I need to do.
Yes, so we
there's
don't have any issues the
nothing,
day of.
100%.
Well, and then of course the other things with Modern Market, which I love the event because it's outdoor, but the wind,
I know,
or
and
the
it's
weather, and rain, and
so we're out
in
in Waterloo, which is what 7 minutes. I don't know, 8 minutes
like Elkhorn.
west of Elkhorn.
Yeah. Which is it's a cute location. We really
is
lucked out.
cute.
We have a beautiful space. That parking lot is so nice. But it is windy.
It's windy.
It's
I don't know
so
why.
windy.
We
and
just
then,
must be in a pathway.
And then of course when we get all
was
of our
it nice
tents,
last year?
it was windy.
Or was that was the one?
last spring was the one
was
where tents were
windy.
windy or were blowing everywhere.
But I feel like it's like a weekend later, or is it not?
It is. So then
maybe it'll be
it just
good.
depends because it's like you follow like the junk stock thing too, where
Yeah.
one weekend it's like freezing cold, and the next it's like you're dying of heat.
Yeah, so we do for Modern Market the first Saturday of Junk Stock.
Yep.
We both participate in Junk Stock and love Junk Stock. We're like
she's
so
such a
grateful for Sarah and everything she's done for small business.
For sure.
I mean, in the entire Midwest, I'd say.
Yeah.
If not larger.
Further, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, she has such a good crowd. And then we're a mile away.
Yeah.
So we're like, what if we just did it the same day? Because it's such a different vibe.
100%.
Like junk stocks, vintage, antique.
You can't have new or like,
right. So we bring like
items.
our made shirts that we design or,
Yep.
you know. And then
with Modern Market, it's if you want boutiques. If
yes.
you want like, you know, it is manufactured stuff. I mean, it's some things that are designed by other people, but
it's just curated by each small business, which is
so it's completely
fun.
different. But I think it's cool because if you're already going out to junk stock, come to Modern Market or vice versa.
For sure.
You know?
100%.
I know.
Love it.
It is good.
I was going to say something else about whatever we were talking about before. Why is that the theme?
My brain doesn't work. You know that.
I know. Mine doesn't either. My ADHD doesn't. When we first met too, so I've been binge watching, not to just go celebrity Bravo right now, because I feel like you're not
Bravo as much.
as much. What shows do you watch?
I did Selling Sunset.
Oh, I love
like that one. Yeah.
When's is that coming out again?
I don't know. It should.
Yeah, because I feel like I was surprised when that next season came out, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it's so good.
Yeah. So yeah, more like that.
Yeah, and I'm watching. I just started Below Deck. That's like the only Bravo show that I don't watch. So we started it. Just it's so good, even though it's like.
Do you know I was almost going to go on that?
That's what I was going to ask you about, because I remember when we met, you were
one
like,
of my girlfriends was trying to get on it.
Okay,
and she had applied and gotten accepted. And then at the time I was single. And so I was talking to one of my ex-sister-in-laws, but one of my good friends.
Yeah.
And I was talking to her. I'm like, you got to go with me if we go. But it was like $8,000 a person, I think.
Oh my God. I'm so mad you didn't
Which
go.
is also like, it's a lot of money, you know, if you're not planning it, but it's also for what they experience. I feel like it's not a lot of money. But it is a lot of money. But they ended up not doing it.
Oh,
but it was
going
to be, and it
so
was,
she applied. So you can just apply to be on the show.
Yeah. And then, but she
Me
said,
2024 applying to be
and they interview, and they want extra people, like extra.
I can tell that from watching the show, obviously.
So, which, you know, all of them are scripted anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were, she was telling me kind of what they were saying. She would have to be like the, you know, the housewife, like the, you know, never happy. And they were like scripting who her character was going to be. And then,
which is interesting because they don't show a ton of the guests. It's
it's the people that work there. Yeah. So
I'm so excited about that show. I'm like,
it was good.
I have so many to watch.
Yeah,
it
was really good. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Then I need to watch it, and then I'm so disappointed when the series ends.
Oh, I know. I know. Like Selling Sunset specifically too.
Yeah. There's other ones that are not as good.
Yeah.
So there's like Selling Orange County. That one's okay.
Oh yeah. Did you watch Paris in Love?
Paris Hilton? No. Was it good?
It's so good.
Oh no.
And like,
I watched Emily in Paris.
I started that and I was like,
I love that one.
I tried that on maternity leave with Noelle and I was
No?
like, I don't like it.
I was just talking to Maddie. I got her hooked on Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce.
Weird. Wait, Maddie McGuire?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
Maddie McGuire, another one of Katie's
employees.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
She's sweet. I love her.
I know.
I miss her.
I know.
I miss the days of all of us together.
Well, and I think that's the thing with us is like, because we're not looking for full-time employees, you know, I mean, in a perfect world, sure, but
we're
aren't.
too poor.
Yeah, we buy our stuff. But I think we end up getting a lot of like college-age girls, it seems, or high school, you know, like I think of Blakely. And so it's hard because they're with you for so many years and then they like get their real jobs and you're super proud, but then you're also like, that sucks.
Frack.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. Now I have to hire someone.
But I do feel like everyone like Maddie McGuire, Grace Simpson, who used to work for me, like they'll still come back and do events.
know,
like I text her all the time. I'm like,
oh, Maddie.
And I'm like, what's your rate at the hospital? I'll match it. And then she's like 38. I'm like, oh, okay, I won't. I can't do that. What about half?
How about 3/4? Yeah, I know.
That's so funny.
But yeah, it's fun though. It's fun to see it, and they do because like Maddie reached out at the warehouse sale. She's like, "Hey, do you need help?" I'm like,
"You're like,
oh my god,
yes, I do.
Come back.
Thank you."
Yeah,
I worked with her at the warehouse sale. It was so fun,
and it's just fun to see like what they do, and you know, Grace is married now. And, you know,
we were all at the wedding.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that was fun.
That was
a good blackout.
We were like in North. I don't even know where we were in Omaha. I had never been there. Fort Calhoun.
But how beautiful is that venue?
So pretty.
I know,
and then the bar after was so fun. Everyone's like, we're going to, I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah, we went before,
but it was like
the wedding. Do you
was
remember?
it like Fleming's? Because it was
a small
name
town, like
that had a nicer restaurant in Omaha. So I thought that's where we were going.
Oh no!
But then I get there, I'm like, this is not Fleming or whatever it was. I can't remember.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
That's so fun.
That was a lot of fun. Do you remember when we sent? Speaking of Grace and Maddie, to that event in Kansas City.
Yes.
And we rented
to my sisters-in-law. They're like school.
Yeah.
She's like, it'll be great.
Yeah.
It's like a
and we sent them there. So we sent them in a
and then they were
van.
late and my brother-in-law was like huffing all of the
all the
racks and stuff.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
And
So fun.
And in our heads, we're like, oh, it's just so easy. And then it's like, it's a lot.
It takes forever. I mean, it takes us a whole day to set up.
I know, especially boutique, like the Kansas City boutique.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Yeah. Any fun like launches that you have? I know you did your Valentine's Day one.
Well, I am going to be launching collabs. So I'm excited about that.
What do you mean?
So I already work with like brand reps, right? Which I have kind of all over the nation and stuff, like cute little kids and stuff. But it's like an affiliate program.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And
so is it like a Shopify hookup thing?
It's through Shopify.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so I've kind of tested it myself. It's newer.
Okay.
And what I love about it is literally anyone, well, you can join to be part of collabs. There's tons of other brands on it. And then it's a super easy program where for me, because sometimes I like to share stuff. And if you're going to share stuff, it's nice to get like
for sure
a kickback or whatever.
I'm like on the Walmart affiliate program. And I'm like
Amazon. I'm on Amazon, and for stuff that I use every day or whatever. But this one is for anybody. You can just like sign up and you get 10% back on any business you send our way.
Oh,
like
nice.
10% in cash.
It's like, please.
Yeah. And then I can do other tiers for like other, if there's like
higher influencers
and stuff. Yeah. So speaking of influencers, it's such an interesting thing.
I'm so scared which one you're going to bring up. Oh my God.
No, I'm not going to bring up who we were talking about this morning. No, I think influencers are so like, that's the way things are happening, right?
I know.
Whether it's through a podcast or through social media, like that's how people are buying their stuff, like their recommendations through TikTok. It's completely different. I think about where I was at the casino. Like when I was at the casino, we were sending out coupon books, mailing, physical mail.
What the hell are they doing now?
Yeah, like we used billboards, we used TV ads, we used newspaper ads. Like what?
I know.
That doesn't happen.
I do find now though, and I totally agree with you, but then sometimes I'm like, I just feel like everything is an ad everywhere. Like I don't think anything is like organic. Like just the influencers we know, it's like almost like sometimes they're like pretending to like something to sell it. And I feel like I cannot stand that. Like I don't even know it's real anymore.
Well, and that's the thing. And I think for me, I've found some, I have a couple that I'm like, I love them. And I really trust them. And stuff that they sell, I feel like it's not like, oh my God, I got this skincare in the mail this week and it's so great. And I'm like, no, they're like, you know what, I got this. I'm going to report back in a month or 3 weeks or, 6 weeks. And like, it's people like that I feel like truly have built my trust. And I think it's different. You're going to follow different influencers than I will, right? I mean,
I also suck at influencers. Like, I feel like I don't follow. Or
you don't as much. You consume your information different than I do. And it's okay. I mean, I think it's our age group and which is fine.
Yeah. What are we again? 8 years apart? 7? 6?
I guess how old I am. I turned 43 this year.
I don't know how old I am.
Are you?
34.
Oh, yeah.
We're palindromes. Is that the word?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's my wedding with Dave. It's 12, 11, 21.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's a good date.
Yeah.
Nice pick.
Thanks.
Or was that Dave's idea?
Probably Dave's idea. Well, you know that Tessa, my sister, married us.
I don't think I knew that.
You didn't?
No, I wasn't invited.
No one was. It was family.
This is so awkward.
Oh, really? Is it like the time that you didn't put me on your people I've worked with in the past ad? Bert.
Okay.
Or maybe you didn't have me the first person on your podcast. I don't know.
You know what's funny? I was talking to Denny about that, and I was doing it in my head in chronological order.
I'm still
But
first.
You would have been first. In my head, I was like, okay, the story of hellorRuby's like Denny, the intern, started with me. And then after I said it out loud, I was like,
actually,
wait, Katie was first. So I'm so sorry about that. And I really do appreciate you coming on. Because I know it takes time and but everything's crazy. But
if you go to hellorRuby's Facebook cover photo,
I'm going to add you.
What did you call it? You said
collabs
we've over the years.
Yes.
And it's like really cool brands, right?
Brands we've worked with.
Yeah. Like
here's my head. Can I explain my head at that point?
Sure, because I think I need it.
I feel like, okay, I did pop-ups in 2017 with like Kendra Scott and Lululemon. Cool. Yeah. And
They're cooler than me. That's fine.
100% they are. Brand-wise. Love to be associated with them. And I'm like, I want to do that because I feel like as
cool
things
to look
pop
back and see.
100%.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, where do I stop? So then I just went down to my old Facebook events and I was doing like who hosted me. And so then I kept doing that. And then I just posted it. Like I didn't
have any events with Little Mango?
Not that you hosted me because you didn't have a storefront. That's why I'm an idiot. I'm so dumb.
Oh my God, it was hilarious.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
I'm an idiot.
I'm not upset about it at all.
Yeah, no, you've only brought it up 4 times. And this is our second fight on. No, I'm just kidding.
Live.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, that's funny. I need to update that.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
we've been through a lot. Yeah.
We have been through a lot.
So nothing, no new arrivals? you're going to
New
drop?
arrival. I mean, I feel like we do new collections all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird because adding women's has been interesting. And I trying not to get too much into the full-on women's side. Like when I started it was like I wanted to do graphics and like mama
Right, and like matching with the
twinning
kids.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Like cool. And so, but it's hard to like stop yourself, right? Because then you see stuff, oh, I'd like to wear
Well,
that.
especially if when you get it for wholesale prices and you want it, like why wouldn't you just order
it? And it's
Yeah.
like, you know, and I'm trying to curate more of like a busy mom on the go type collection, but then it's like, oh, but look at that dress, that's cute.
Right.
Stuff. So I it's hard because I still don't want to lose my roots of, you know, baby and kids, you know, because that's what I love and that's where I started, you know, and that's what Little Mango is. So, but it's been fun to like transition into that. And then we've added some dad stuff for like Father's Day.
Yeah.
So we'll be, we have some St. Patty's Day stuff, you know, Valentine's Day obviously is tomorrow, but we do collections for all the holidays.
It's past actually when this airs.
Sorry. Yeah. Yes, it is. So never mind. We are way past Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And then like Mother's Day is always a big one, you know, and doing some different like, because I work with like Sis Kiss and do like custom jewelry orders.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I need that ring that you had last
so
year.
cute. Actually, I have Candace's in my car.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It just
I'm going to break in and steal it.
It was wrong name. Wrong letters.
It's monogrammed.
But it is Little Mango, so I can steal it.
Did she? I thought she already had that.
Yeah, we got our new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I saw that and I literally said, "Oh, is that from Little Mango?"
Yeah.
And she was
but
like,
it is
"No,
technically
it's my
Lincoln
kids."
and Max, but I should get a Little Mango one.
Yeah. Oh, you should just keep it. Did she pay you already?
I didn't get it. Sorry. Candace, don't watch.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, so a lot of those collections. And I think now it's prepping for Junk Stock and Modern Market.
I know.
And Collegeville
It comes
series.
up so fast. And then it's like, oh, that'll take a day to like get everything loaded.
It does not. It takes forever. And
It takes
setting
days
up.
and then like getting the right inventory and like
scheduling.
adding. Yeah. All of it.
It's crazy.
It's a lot.
Are you doing College World Series?
I'm sure I will. I can't. I also like Jenny wants me. She's the organizer of the College World
amazing.
Series. She's great. She's just like has everything in her
I
head.
know.
She's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
She's insane.
But she's like, I want you to do the pink tent that you did instead of the truck because I feel like with the truck it's so big they kind of move me around.
I know, and like fit you where they can.
Yeah. And so I'm like, do I do that? But
I don't hate
know.
that.
I know.
I feel like it's
just
busier
long.
right on that walk if she
know.
can guarantee you in there. We do inside, obviously, which I love because I don't have to worry about like rain or wind or anything. And, you know, my employees that are working it, it's not like.
Love that.
Yeah. But I don't think that it's as busy as that main walkway either. So
yeah,
that's the hard part.
Yeah.
But you could be inside with me and we could share employees.
We should do that. But then I feel like people, when I work the College World Series, they're like, "Oh, I found the truck." Like
I
they
know.
know it
No,
now,
and it
so
is.
it's
I mean,
like
people
my
do know the truck.
What 6th year?
Yeah.
I don't know how long. You skipped 1 or 2.
Yeah, I did. We did our first one. I had the camper.
I know.
Yeah,
I
we
miss
were
the
talking
camper.
about-
I really do. I
It
loved
was
having
cute.
you as a
Oh my
bestie,
gosh.
a mobile bestie.
Do you remember that? Like, let's talk about me pulling stuff behind my vehicle. Like,
Yeah.
that camper was scary. Just like sometimes when you drive the truck.
I can do it. I drove tractors growing up.
I did not drive a tractor. Do you know
I thought
that?
you said that.
No, I've never driven a tractor. I'm a farm girl.
Farm girl.
But
that makes me think you've driven a tractor.
No, it makes everybody think that. My parents are
Then she
quick to
couldn't
let everyone
reverse
know.
it, or it was like opposite.
Oh, reversing a trailer is so different than reversing a car.
Yeah.
Like, it goes
I
the
feel
opposite
like I'm
direction. Yeah. But that camper, do you remember when I was heading to one of the events that
Hitch fell off.
You and I think Jeannie North
Ripley
had
and
down
Rue?
at Blackstone. You guys did a shopping event down there. It was in the summer.
Oh, was it Hello Blackstone?
I think so.
It was because I named it.
Yeah. And so, yeah, wasn't it you and Jeannie or just
Yes.
you? Yeah. And I remember
It was
I'd gotten a
behind
sitter for
there.
the boys. Like, so I was still divorced. I remember I got a sitter. I got everything hitched up and ready to go. The camper's full. I'm driving down 680. I'm literally I think it was like 4 o'clock, right? I'm trying to think of when
And you
the
had
event
your
started.
Tahoe?
I had my Yukon, but yeah.
Yukon,
And
yeah.
I was driving it, and all of a sudden, it's weaving behind me.
Oh my
the
God.
hitch had fallen off. So thank God. You know how you like use those chains to like attach it to, so it's like a second.
Yes.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But it's weaving behind me. I'm on 680. There's traffic. I fortunately get it over into that big shoulder, and it's like nose down on the
my
ground,
God.
and like these people are
Person,
stopping.
like, spark a
Oh, it was sparking. Yeah, I was like, and I was shaking and scared. And I remember calling you, and I'm like,
I'm going
I went-
home.
I did. I went home, and I left the babysitter with Leo because he was a baby, and I took Cruz to a movie, and just like sat there, and I was like, oh my God.
Did
oh
you
my God.
tow it, or what did you end up doing?
They ended up. These guys that stopped were able to lift it and get it back on and get it hitched, so it wasn't ruined. Surprisingly, which
I love guys that stop.
oh,
for
I
you.
know,
Just not murderers, but
Yeah.
like the normal ones I love.
but it was scary. Like, I'm like, what if I could have easily like ran into another car?
Oh,
Could you
so many
imagine?
things, or like could it just
Like, what
fall
in
it
the
off?
world?
Yeah.
Do you remember when we were driving back from Kansas City, like super late one night, and I ran out of gas outside Council Bluffs, and Austin had to come get us?
And it was it midnight? What time was it? It was late.
So late because those events get over at 5.
And then we're pulling a trailer or a U-Haul, and like gas just
goes quick.
Is by.
And
we're like, okay, we can just stop in Council,
make it quick.
We can do it.
No. And we sat there, it was cold.
And everyone was driving so fast by. I was like, we're going to die. Don't get out of the car. And then Austin just got us gas or what? I don't even remember.
Did you have packs then for that one?
I don't think so, because how could he have left? I think so.
He had packs in the car. I think he had to bring packs in.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, God.
I know.
I want to do Kansas City again. But
should we? Bring the gangs all together again. We could bring Morgan or Maddie to work with us.
Yeah, let's do it.
Morgan could do patched.
Yes. Done. Split the cost.
I'll talk to Dave and
we
see
don't
if he'll
allow
give her,
that, but we'll do it there.
I'll talk to Dave and see if he'll give her the time off.
Yeah. Maybe he'll approve it. Maybe he won't.
Who knows?
Yay. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Yes.
I hope you come on again. And if anyone's interested in a local collective, events or memberships, everything's on our website, or booking our headquarters.
Yeah.
Our rental space.
Rent our space.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it is.
Blank canvas.
It is.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.